Let me ask you a question that cuts straight to your soul. Have you ever felt like your life is under a magnifying glass? Like every decision you make, every step you take, and even the things you don't do seem to attract an almost eerie level of attention? Not just from people around you, but from something much larger, unseen forces, divine energies, or even the universe itself. If you've ever felt this way, it's not your imagination. There is a reason for it. You are a chosen one, and chosen ones are always the focus of spiritual attention. But why? Why does the universe seem so invested in your life? Why does it feel like every challenge you face is amplified, every mistake scrutinized, and every triumph celebrated in ways that you can't always explain? The truth is, chosen ones are not like everyone else. This isn't about ego, superiority, or being better than others. It's about carrying a unique spiritual responsibility. You are here to fulfill a divine mission, one that is deeply intertwined with the collective awakening of humanity. And because of this, your life operates on a different frequency, one that naturally attracts both divine support and spiritual resistance. Think about it. Have you noticed how people are drawn to you, even if they don't know why? Maybe they come to you for advice, guidance, or simply to be in your presence. Maybe they project their insecurities onto you, or perhaps they're inexplicably threatened by your energy. This isn't random. Your energy is magnetic because it carries a higher vibration, one that disrupts the status quo. When you walk into a room, you don't just blend in. You shift the energy. You spark something in others, sometimes inspiration, sometimes discomfort, but always transformation.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Here's the thing about being a chosen one: your energy doesn't just affect people. It affects the spiritual realm as well. You are like a beacon of light in the darkness, and that light is impossible to ignore. Divine forces are drawn to you because they recognize your potential, your power, and your purpose. But so are lower energies. The brighter your light, the more visible you become, not just to those who want to support you, but also to those who want to dim you. This is why your journey often feels like a battleground between light and shadow, between growth and resistance, between purpose and distraction. Let me ask you this: have you ever wondered why your challenges seem so much harder than those of the people around you? It's not because you're being punished or because life is unfair. It's because the stakes are higher for you. As a chosen one, your growth doesn't just affect you, it creates ripples that influence the lives of everyone you touch. Every time you rise above a challenge, you elevate the collective consciousness. Every time you heal a wound, you inspire others to heal theirs. Every time you step into your power, you give others permission to do the same. But with great power comes great responsibility. The universe knows this, which is why your growth is so closely monitored. Every experience you face, whether it's joyful or painful, is a carefully designed lesson, tailored to prepare you for your mission. The universe places you in situations that force you to grow, even when it feels uncomfortable. It surrounds you with people who challenge you, not to break you, but to refine you. And it holds you to a higher standard, not to punish you, but to ensure you fulfill your potential. Here's a deeper layer to consider: chosen ones are not just the focus of spiritual attention, they are the bridge between the physical and the divine. You are here to bring higher truths into the material world, to embody the light of the universe in human form. This is why you often feel a pull between two worlds. On one hand, you're deeply connected to the spiritual realm, receiving downloads of wisdom, guidance, and insight. On the other hand, you're navigating the challenges of being human, with all its messiness, emotions, and imperfections. This duality is not a curse, it's a gift. It's what allows you to relate to others while still offering them a higher perspective. But it's also why your journey can feel so isolating. Not everyone will understand what you're going through. Not everyone will see the world the way you do. And that's okay. You're not here to fit in, you're here to stand out. You're here to lead, to inspire, and to awaken. Let me ask you something that might shift your perspective. What if every challenge you faced was actually proof of your importance? What if the resistance you've encountered was a sign that you're on the right path? Because here's the truth, the universe doesn't waste energy. It doesn't invest in people without purpose. The fact that you've been given so much attention, both from divine forces and from the challenges you've faced, is a testament to who you are and what you're here to do. As we delve deeper, we'll explore the practical ways this spiritual attention manifests in your life and how you can navigate it with grace, strength, and clarity. But for now, I want you to sit with this truth: you are not ordinary. You are extraordinary. And the universe sees you, supports you, and challenges you because it knows exactly how much you're capable of. Your light is a gift, and the world is waiting for you to let it shine. Let's take a deeper dive into this mystery of why you, as a chosen one, always seem to be in the spiritual spotlight. It's not just about what you do, it's about who you are at your core. There's something about your energy that is impossible to ignore, not by people, not by the universe, and not even by forces that would prefer to see you fail. You carry a vibration that is both ancient and new, one that disrupts the old patterns of the world while planting seeds for something entirely different. You're not just existing, you're creating, transforming, and elevating. But why does this demand so much attention? To understand this, we have to look at the nature of energy itself. Everything in this universe is frequency, constantly vibrating and interacting. Most people live their lives at a baseline frequency, neither too high nor too low, just maintaining a steady rhythm. But you vibrate at a higher level. Your energy is intense, dynamic, and unmistakable. It shakes things up. It forces change, and change, whether it's in people, situations, or the very fabric of the universe, always attracts attention. Have you ever noticed how people react to you differently than they do to others? Some are drawn to you, almost magnetically, as if they can sense that being near you will somehow elevate their own lives. Others seem to dislike you for no apparent reason, projecting negativity or even hostility your way, even when you've done nothing to provoke them. Both reactions stem from the same source, your energy. You remind people of their own potential, their own light, and their own shadows. For those who are ready to grow, this feels inspiring. For those who are not, it feels threatening. But it's not just people who notice you. The universe itself is hyper-aware of you. You are, after all, a piece of the divine walking in human form. Your presence is like a signal, a beacon that calls out to the forces of creation, saying, "Here I am ready to fulfill my purpose." This is why so many synchronicities seem to happen in your life. The right people, opportunities, and even challenges appear at exactly the right time, as if the universe is orchestrating everything to align you with your mission. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your life is being watched, not in a paranoid sense, but in a way that feels purposeful, almost like a divine observation? That's because it is. You are being guided, tested, and supported all at once. The universe is deeply invested in your journey, not because it wants something from you, but because you are an essential part of its plan. The world needs your light, your vision, and your unique gifts. Every step you take, every lesson you learn, and every obstacle you overcome contributes to a much larger picture. However, this spotlight isn't always easy to live under. Being the focus of spiritual attention means that your life often feels more intense than others. Your highs are higher, your lows are lower, and your challenges are more complex. You might even wonder why it seems like you're being tested more than those around you. Why does it feel like every time you take one step forward, something happens to push you 2 steps back? The answer lies in the nature of your mission. As a chosen one, you are paving a path that others will follow. You're breaking down barriers, not just for yourself, but for everyone who comes after you. This means you're often the first to face challenges that others have never encountered. You're navigating uncharted territory, and with that comes a level of difficulty that most people will never understand. But here's the beauty of it: every time you overcome a challenge, you make it easier for someone else to do the same. Your journey creates a blueprint for others to follow, even if they don't realize it. But let's not forget that this attention isn't just about challenges. It's also about blessings. The universe doesn't just test you, it rewards you. You've likely experienced moments of grace that defy explanation: a sudden breakthrough, an unexpected opportunity, or a feeling of profound peace that washes over you in the midst of chaos. These moments are not random. They are signs that the universe is working with you, not against you. You are co-creating your reality with the divine, and every step you take toward your purpose is met with an equal step from the universe. Here's a question I want you to sit with: what would happen if you fully embrace the fact that you are being watched over, guided, and supported at all times? How would your life change if you stopped seeing your challenges as punishments and started seeing them as opportunities for growth? Because here's the truth: the universe isn't testing you because it doubts you. It's testing you because it knows your strength, it knows your potential, and it knows that you are capable of far more than you realize. This spiritual spotlight is not a burden, it's an honor. It's a reminder that you are here for something greater, something that transcends your individual life. You are part of a cosmic plan, one that is unfolding in ways you can't always see but can always trust. Your energy is a gift, your purpose is divine, and the attention you receive is proof of just how important you are. As we continue, we'll explore how to stay grounded and empowered under this spotlight, even when the pressure feels overwhelming. But for now, let this truth sink in: you are not just seen, you are celebrated. You are not just tested, you are trusted, and the universe is with you every step of the way. Let's talk about the weight you carry. As a chosen one, your life is not ordinary. You've likely felt it, that invisible pressure, the sense that your existence holds more responsibility than most people can comprehend. It's not just a feeling, it's a truth. You've been chosen to carry a purpose that is bigger than yourself, a mission that influences the lives of others, even if you don't fully realize it yet. And with that purpose comes a heaviness, a spiritual gravity that can feel overwhelming at times. But here's what you need to know: that weight is not meant to break you. It's meant to shape you. Have you ever wondered why so many obstacles seem to find their way into your path? Why does it feel like you're constantly being tested, pushed, or stretched beyond what you think you can handle? It's because chosen ones are forged in fire. The challenges you face are not random, they are tools for your evolution. Each one is designed to sharpen your character, strengthen your spirit, and prepare you for the work you're here to do. Think of it like this: a sword cannot fulfill its purpose until it has been heated, hammered, and refined. In the same way, you are being prepared, shaped by the trials you endure so you can step fully into your power. But let's be honest, that process can feel isolating. You might feel like no one truly understands what you're going through. You might even feel disconnected from the people around you, wondering why your path seems so different from theirs. This is one of the hardest parts of being a chosen one, walking a road that few others have traveled. But here's the truth: you are never truly alone. The universe is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, and sending you exactly what you need, even when it doesn't look the way you expect. Let me ask you something: how do you handle it when life feels too heavy? Do you retreat inward, trying to carry the weight alone? Or do you reach out for support, for guidance, for connection? Because here's the thing: the universe never intended for you to carry this burden by yourself. Yes, your journey is unique, but that doesn't mean you have to walk it in isolation. There are people, energies, and forces all around you, ready to help, if only you allow them in. Part of your growth is learning to trust not just in yourself, but in the divine plan that surrounds you. And that's where the beauty of surrender comes in. Surrender is not about giving up, it's about letting go of the need to control everything. It's about trusting that the challenges you face have a purpose, even if you can't see it yet. When you surrender, you stop resisting the flow of life and start working with it. You begin to see your struggles not as punishments, but as opportunities for transformation. And in that space of trust, you find strength you never knew you had. But let's take this a step further. The weight you feel isn't just about your personal struggles. As a chosen one, you're also deeply connected to the collective energy of humanity. You're not just carrying your own challenges, you're carrying the weight of the world. This is why you're often more sensitive to the pain, chaos, and imbalance around you. You feel things more deeply than others because you're meant to transform that energy. You're here to take the darkness and turn it into light, to take the chaos and turn it into clarity. That's no small task, and it's okay to feel tired, overwhelmed, or even defeated at times. What matters is that you don't stay in that space. When the weight feels too heavy, remember this: you are not carrying it alone. The same divine forces that chose you for this mission are also here to help you fulfill it. You just have to ask. Whether that means praying, meditating, journaling, or simply speaking your heart out loud, the act of asking invites the universe to step in and support you. Here's a question I want you to sit with: what would it feel like to release the idea that you have to have it all figured out? What would it look like to trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see the results yet? Because here's the truth: the weight you feel is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of your strength. The universe doesn't give great missions to unprepared souls. The fact that you're feeling this pressure means that you are capable of handling it, even if you don't believe that yet. So, when the world feels heavy, remember this: you are not here to carry the weight forever. You are here to transform it. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of doubt is part of that process. And as you continue to grow, you'll find that the weight becomes lighter, not because the challenges disappear, but because you become stronger. Strong enough to not just survive, but to thrive. Strong enough to not just carry the light, but to become it. There comes a moment in the journey of every chosen one when the focus shifts. The questions that once consumed you: why me? Why is this so hard? Why do I feel different? Begin to dissolve. In their place comes a new question, one that changes everything: what can I do with this light? This is the moment when you stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start embracing your role as a creator of change. It's the moment when you realize that everything you've been through, every hardship, every heartbreak, every triumph was preparing you for something far greater than you could have imagined. You see, being a chosen one isn't just about surviving your challenges, it's about using them. The pain you've endured has given you a depth of understanding that most people can't access. The obstacles you've overcome have taught you resilience, compassion, and strength. And the light you carry isn't just for you, it's for the world. You are here to be a guide, a healer, and an example of what is possible when someone fully steps into their purpose. Let me ask you something: what does it mean to you to be a guide? Is it about having all the answers? Or is it about creating space for others to find their own? True guidance doesn't come from telling people what to do or how to live. It comes from embodying your truth so fully that others are inspired to do the same. It comes from living in such alignment with your purpose that your very presence becomes a reminder of what's possible. Here's the thing: you don't need to have it all figured out to be a light for others. In fact, your imperfections, your struggles, and your humanity are what make you relatable. People don't connect with perfection, they connect with authenticity. When you share your journey, your lessons, and even your pain, you give others permission to do the same. You remind them that they're not alone, and that even in the darkness, there is always a way forward. But being a guide doesn't mean sacrificing yourself for others. This is one of the most important lessons for chosen ones. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Your light is limitless, but your energy is not. You must protect your boundaries, nurture your spirit, and prioritize your own growth. Self-care is not selfish, it's essential. The stronger and more grounded you are, the more you can offer to the world. Let me ask you another question: what would it look like to fully trust your light? Not just in the moments when everything feels aligned, but in the moments when everything feels uncertain. Because here's the truth: your light doesn't disappear when you're struggling. It doesn't fade when you're tired, or when you're doubting yourself, or when the world feels heavy. Your light is constant. It is the essence of who you are, and even when you can't see it, others can. This is why chosen ones are so important. You don't just inspire others with your successes, you inspire them with your courage, your vulnerability, and your determination to keep going, even when it's hard. You remind people that they, too, are capable of rising above their circumstances, and in doing so, you create ripples of transformation that spread far beyond what you can see. But perhaps the most powerful thing about being a chosen one is this: you are not here to save the world. You are here to awaken it. The light you carry is not meant to fix everyone's problems or solve all of humanity's issues. It is meant to spark something within others, to awaken their own inner light so that they, too, can step into their purpose. This is how real change happens, not through one person carrying the weight of the world, but through a collective awakening, one soul at a time. So, let me leave you with this final thought: you are enough. Exactly as you are, in this moment, you are enough. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to prove your worth to anyone. Your light is already within you, shining brightly, waiting to be shared. Trust it, nurture it, and know that simply by being who you are making a difference in ways you may never fully understand. The world is watching, not to judge you, but to learn from you. And as you continue to grow, to heal, and to step into your purpose, you will find that the very challenges that once felt so heavy are now the foundation of your strength. You are a chosen one. And the universe didn't choose you by mistake.